What? Thank you! We just become best friends? Yup!
Jordi Gavalda has just boarded the plane.
What? Thank you! We just become best friends? Yup!
Dalma Braya has just boarded the plane.
What? Thank you! We just become best friends? Yup!
Hayes Gray Studios has just boarded the plane.
What? Thank you! We just become best friends? Yup!
Phil Austin has just boarded the plane.
What? Thank you! We just become best friends? Yup!
Chris Timms has just boarded the plane.
Is everybody ready to have their souls stolen? How's it going, everyone? Is everybody good? Here we go. Hell yeah. Let's get ready to rumble! Hey, it's showtime! How's it going, everybody? Welcome to another Fighting Fantasy Fest-Off, and I'm Adam. And today, it's the Stealer of Souls. He's coming for you. I don't remember much about this book, but you do get a very cool map inside. The Isle of Despair. Look at that. Cool. So it's all set on an island out in the middle of nowhere. Let me get the dungeon down a bit. So how is everybody? How is we all doing? Matt G, Spellsinger, Yellow, that one football kid. How are you all? Rhymester, hello. You have this book but haven't played it. It's illustrated by the great Russ Nicholson. Is it? The cover illustration was done by David Gallagher. And we look inside and it says illustrated by Russ Nicholson. Let's have a look at one of his drawings. Whoa! Oh yeah, Russ. That's what we're talking about. Look at that. That is full on detail. Wow. And this was written none other than the sad late Keith Martin, who also did Vault of the Vampire, who passed away, I think, last year or a couple of years ago. Really sad. So this should be a good book. Should be a good book. We should have a good one. And we're back to doing those rules that we normally do, with a double 1 or a double 6. You know, because this book was written probably in the 80s. Whoa, Spellsinger!
Spellsinger became a member of the cabin crew. Spellsinger celebrates 18 months of membership.
Whoa, Spellsinger!
I'm the dude.
That's
so that's what you call me. You know, that or his dudeness or duder or you know El Duderino if you're not into the whole brevity thing.
Thank you so much, Spellsinger, for that. 18 months, mate, you've been a member. First class passenger you are. Thank you so much for rejoining. That it means a lot. It really does. Also, I want to talk about something for my members as well. But this was first published in 1988. 1988. So we introduced the double 1, double 6 rule just to add a little bit more of a surprise element because we played these books for yonks. So we know what's coming. You know, it's no surprise. So as if we're reading it for the first time, we like that element of surprise. So we put in the 1166. If we roll a 11, we've killed ourselves, and if we roll a 66, it's instant death for our opponent. So yeah, I hope you like the shirt. I flew to Australia last night. There's a Twitch streamer called well, I don't know how you pronounce his Twitch name. It's like Consenium or something. Consevenium, or everyone calls him Conti. Anyway, he was wearing this on stream, and I went, mate, I'm having that. So I flew over to his house when he was asleep. I robbed it, and now I'm wearing it on stream. So, right, for my members, guys, if you join as a member down below, you'll get a whole host of extra video content that the subscribers can't see and have access to. And it's my way of saying thank you for supporting this channel. And there is Fighting Fantasy streams stretching back to like 2018, I think. But there's loads of also Flight Sim stuff. And I've been working on a Adam Plays Fighting Fantasy series where I play through the book. And this is for my members only. Now, I started doing the sorcery books. And halfway through filming, I thought, oh, it'd be cool if we could see some sort of like video to go along with what I'm reading. So I put a pause on releasing the first episode, and I went to go scour to get some footage. And I thought, well, I've got a flight sim that has the entire world on. I can, you know, conjure up the landscapes in the sim and then play that alongside the video. And it was all going fine, except for when, like, in the sim, there's no dungeons, there's no caves, and I kind of like, oh, I need a cave and I need a dungeon, and how am I going to get this? And I thought, well, I could use Assassin's Creed because they have caves, but then it just didn't look right syncing it all up. So basically, I scrapped that idea, and then I accidentally deleted the content that I'd already recorded. So I've got to film it all over again. So I mean, it's all right. I only got through half of the first book, to be honest. So I'm going to refilm all this, and I'm not going to do the video stuff because it just didn't work. Okay, I came across landscapes I couldn't reproduce in, you know, the sim. So, and I didn't want to mix other games in it. So forget it. I'll just do it as like we do it here, and do that. So in the next couple of weeks, for my members only, Adam Plays Fighting Fantasy will start, and we're going to start with the Sorcery series and then go on to the Riddling Reaver book, the Advanced Fighting Fantasy books, and then start with the normal run of Fighting Fantasy books. So that'll be, you know, that'll be out before Christmas, okay? Not all, like, every single video. I'll be filming them, like, one a week. So, but that will be out for my members. So if you want to get access to that content, join as a member below, and you'll get a whole host of cool little freebies and stuff, and access to the captain's table in my Discord, which is a one-to-one channel with me. So you're looking forward to checking those out? Yeah, I'm looking forward to playing these, because I don't get to make the choices in these books, guys. You get to make the choices in these books. So sometimes I wouldn't have chosen half the stuff you guys choose. So I will be doing it, and it'll be Adam Plays. So you'll be able to see how I play and how brave or cowardice I really am. So you have to watch the Australian comedian Carl Barron. He is in the London at the moment. Well worth watching. Carl Barron. I don't know who he. I don't recognize that name. Let's look him up, shall we? Carl. And straight away, well, it's spelt differently here, but Australian comedian. Here he is. He looks okay. Yeah. Let me listen to this. He talks about Irish teachers here. Actually, people on the train's probably more relatable. Let me get rid of this advert. You guys should be able to hear this. We'll have a little blast of Carl Barron, because primarily the people who watch me for Fighting Fantasy are from Australia. So hence why we moved it to 10 a.m. Here we go.
Be getting trained, you have to sit next to someone. I don't like sitting next to people. Yeah, the train stops at the station, and the doors open.
He's got a shirt
and
on like
the next bunch
me.
of freaks present themselves.
Next bunch of freaks.
Oh shit! Look at his head. Don't look at it; it'll sit next to you. You know, if you look at something you don't want, you kind of end up getting it. You know, like at takeaway stores, all these nice bits of carrot cake. Without fail, is always a shit bit. Now look at the shit bit. What's the better I get the shit bit? So I ask her priest, and she starts picking that bit up. I'm going to say something to her. Then she gives it to me, and I go, thank you. Next time I'm going to say something. I reckon I'll be dead before walking the shop. I go, can I have a piece of cake? No, not that bit. Why? Because it's a shit bit. You can't say to someone they're going to sit next to you on the train, oh, don't sit there, mate, I don't like your head.
Imagine that.
You don't have to say it. Just do something weird with your own
Excuse
head.
me, can you take your Mongol children away, please? Disturbing me. Yeah, he's pretty funny. We'll have to look him up a bit more, and you know, that's not even live. Let me click live for that. There we go. We're back on live. Yeah, cheers for introducing me, Rhymester, to that. We'll check that one out. Definitely. Right, so I don't have biscuits today, so we've got shortbread for the meals. We're going to check out our character. It says here, you are a hardy and experienced adventurer. When the wizard Vanenstein summons you and offers you the chance of riches and glory, you can hardly wait. But wealth and fame are less important to the world of Titan than the success of your mission. For if you fail, the stealer of souls will ravage the land. So, bit of an incentive to win. Yeah, this should be a good one. Let's see what we got here. So, we have got skill, stamina, luck, which is just the normal rolling for that. There's also magic. We might find a magic item. Although you may not realize it at first, but they are magical. And you can only have one item that is magical. Nothing else abnormal. Restoring items, we get meals. It says you have enough provisions for 10 meals. So we got 10 packs of food, giving us 4 points each for each one. If you do find a magical item, it can increase your skill score, but you cannot hold more than one at a time. You start your equipment with the bare minimum, right, of essentials. You'll find other items. Make sure you note them down. You start with a sword. You're dressed in leather. You also carry a shield. Basically Captain America by the sounds of it. And we have a backpack, which we've added another rule where you can only have 7 items in your backpack. Makes it a bit more realistic. And also we've changed, for anybody who's watching for the very first time, we've changed the way the battle goes. The normal rules are each person rolls for their attack strength, and that with the highest wins, and the loser deducts 2 off their stamina. That takes forever to win a battle with somebody who's got like 12 or 14 stamina. So what we do is each person rolls for their attack strength, and obviously you have to modify, like if your opponent has a higher or lower skill score than you, you have to modify your attack strength for that, you know, and then that with the highest wins that round. And the difference between the 2 rolls is what you lose in stamina. Because the other day, some attacks might just graze you and not hardly, you know, hurt you. And some attacks might cut deep. And so that reflects in this new way we do the battles. And I find it a lot more fluid, a lot more quicker. But yet still that element of, ooh, you know, somebody rolls a really good dice roll and you only take off 2. That don't make sense. So you roll a really good dice roll, you could end up annihilating your opponent. And obviously, if we roll a double 6, they're dead. We got the kill shot straight through the heart, and you're too vain. How are those maps coming? Yeah, Rhymester hasn't sent me any maps lately. But then again, Rhymester hasn't been well. It is Rhymester that hasn't been well. Right, somebody was in hospital. I think it was either Rhymester or Spellsinger. I think it was Rhymester. But yeah, gotta wait for a few more maps, and then I start reaching out to people. Hey, Leo M's here. How's it going, mate? Wargaming Dad, nice to see you. We got all these usual suspects in. Oh, look at this, guys. I don't know who owned this book before me. This one must have come off eBay or Amazon or something, but we got them writing in the book again. Look at that. Writing in the book. I can't even read. It's so small. Bone dice. What the hell? Penetrate tanker? What the fuck? But yeah, encountered a lot of monsters, though. Look at that. A lot of monsters there encountered. So I don't know who had this before me, but if you recognize that writing, then give me your address so I can come and nuke you for writing in these books, basically. You went to bed at 7 p.m. last night just to wake up at 5 a.m. It's 5 a.m. in Montreal. Wow, Matt G, mate. 5 a.m. So you really preferred it when it was at noon, basically. You didn't have to wake up so early. Well, mate, I so appreciate and thank you for being here, because it would not be the same without you, because you do put input into our decisions, and so therefore, if you weren't here, we would have a different stream, different outcomes. You literally change. Everybody who comes in and actually puts forth a choice, you change the direction of how the stream goes. You change the course of the book's outcome. So, like, you are all super important into success or failure. Never underestimate your own worth in this stream. You've slowed down on the maps. You got to get back into it. Yeah. When you're ready, Rhymester. When you're ready. Don't rush it, mate. It is you that have to recover. Yeah. So, you're going to be so pissed if Adam rolls a double one in our first battle. Imagine. Leo, don't jinx it, mate. Don't jinx it. Fucking hell. Anyway, guys, I wake up at 6 a.m. every single day. So, not that that means anything, to be honest, to anybody. But it gives me time in the morning before I have to start the day to do things. It gives me like a few hours so I can, sort things out or go do my homework or whatever. Also, for anybody who is, flight simulation, after we do this stream, I'm going to wait about 30 minutes. I'll be going live again on YouTube to do a flight sim stream. So if you're into flight sim, or if you want to see me try and fly a helicopter in the Netherlands, then it's going to be fun, because I don't know how to fly a helicopter, basically. But after this stream, after about a 30-minute wait, I'm going to fly a helicopter in, on this channel. So should be fun. Should really be fun. Right. Oh, we got to roll for our character. I was literally about to start reading the background. We haven't even rolled for our character yet. Let's get the dice. Oh, also, I have been looking up about changing the dice. I found some dice on Amazon, like casino dice. Like red see-through dice, like they use in casinos. And I'm going to get a pack of them just to sort of see. I do like these. These are Fighting Fantasy official dice. These are actually from the Games Workshop, who created Fighting Fantasy, although it says Warhammer. But I bought these from the Games Workshop, and they have a skull as the number 1. I think that's pretty cool myself. So double ones do mean death. But these are actually pretty good dice, but man, they didn't favor us very well these last few books. Although last time we did the new release, the Dungeon on Blood Island, I don't think we rolled a double 1, did we? Like, we took that rule out because it was a new book, but I don't think it mattered, because I think we rolled double 6, but we never rolled a double 1. So, but I bet you any money double 1s come back now that we instigate the rules again. That's the way it seems to be, isn't it? You like the dice with the dragon eyes, the dragon eyeballs. Right, okay. Let me roll for skill, shall we? So I'm rolling for skill. We add 6 to the die roll that I roll, and I rolled a 5. We got a skill of 11, guys. That's not too bad. That's a good start. That is a good start. I don't know if it really means much to have a high or low skill score. Some books, you really need a high skill score, whereas other books, it doesn't really matter, But I can't remember about this. I don't remember much about this book. I don't even know what the story is. I'm rolling for stamina. 2 die. We had 12. I rolled a 10. Dude, that's 22. Oh my gosh. That is amazeballs. 11 skill, 22 stamina. Boom. We Annie with the Dominator. I'll be back. Right. Let's roll for luck. We had 6 to 1 die roll. I rolled a 2. That's 8. That's average, I'd say. But below average. We're not so lucky, alright? We got skill, we got stamina, with strength and endurance, but do you know what? We're just bloody unlucky in life. We just never get a good break in life. I hope that doesn't translate to this adventure. It doesn't say we carry any money or anything. We have a sword and a shield, and that's it, basically. We've been traveling around, you know, adventurer for hire, but we haven't made any money with it. We're just unlucky, basically. Our character's name is Unlucky McMuscles. Yeah, basically, that's right, Matt G, mate. We're hardcore, but we trip on our own feet sometimes. So, I do that a lot. I trip myself up. I'll be walking around at work and I'm knocking over hangers and clothes just by walking, and it's not like I'm bashing into them. I don't know. They just seem to fall off as I walk past. It's clothes falling to the ground when I walk past is basically what's happening. Or I'll be walking through a door frame and I'll nudge into the door, and I'm like, I didn't mean to nudge into the door. It's like the door came and hit me. Or I'll stand up, lose my balance, and fall onto the couch. Honestly, I'm like a wibble wobble person in life, it seems. I don't know. It's because you've got a magnetic personality. All the metal just comes to me. Do you know what? I cannot wear a wristwatch, I've learned in life. Because if it has like a big clock face on it, it ends up getting smashed, you know. But if it's a digital wristwatch, they end up like, after a week of wearing it, they just end up dying and not working. And it's not like the battery's dead. It replaced the battery. It lasts for like another 3 days and then it's just gone again. And it's like pointless. So I've never had a wristwatch because they just never work with me. So, but you don't need a wristwatch these days. Everyone's got the time on their phone. Like, you're never more than 5 seconds away from knowing the time in this world. What with computers, television, your phone, literally you could dial 123 in Britain and get the speaking clock like this. Hey, let's do it. We'll do it today. We'll do it here. The time is, here we go, 123. I hope this is right. I don't hear anything. Hello?
At the third stroke, the time brought to you by O2 will be 10:31 a.m.
What happened to the voice? Hang on. It used to say, at the time, and then it used to have this really good... This is O2. This is O2. Hang on. What's the speaking clock number for Britain? I thought it was 123. You just get on your phone, 123. Is it 1122 or something? Have I got that wrong, the 123 thing? I don't know. You used to have a wristwatch tan. Yeah, tan lines as well. I go brown. Like, I go olive skinned. And that's avoiding the sun. If I went out and actually did not avoid the sun and I was sunbathing, I'd be as brown as this thing here. Like, that's the color I'd be if I actually sunbathe. But avoiding the sun, I just go olive skinned color by staying indoors. And I definitely would have a band of white around my wrist. You had one of those nerdy calculator. Oh, the Casio, Matt G. I'm James Bond. Casio watches. Now, they were the cool ones, to be honest. They weren't nerdy at all. I thought they were pretty cool myself. Right, let's start this background bullshit, shall we? Let's start the timer. You get a flash of what we had last time. It says 1 hour and 41. Thought it was like more like 3 hours, wasn't it? Okay. Time has started. Let's read the background. You need little fingers for that watch. That's why it was cool with the kids. Adults. Hey, sausage fingers. Right. It was an effective repellent, was it? Vanistin of Palua? How the hell? A mage. You don't know him, but he has requested your presence, and his messengers were gracious. They had even made all the arrangements. The coach fares were paid, money for meals, and indulgences along the way. Whatever it is that he wants, he knows how to treat a valiant warrior. And now that you're with him, you can see from his beautiful home that he is a man of means and surely of power and influence. After greeting you, he has breathed simply one word to begin his proposition to you, a name. His origins may be unknown, but his is a name whispered in secret places. And it has come to your ears before. Hang on. Mordranith. Dark mage, a man of guile and cunning, one who has mastery of arcane secrets, shunned by good magicians, a dealer in death and destruction, who smiles as he slays. The elves have spoken of him with fear, and you have drunk Skullbuster, that fearsome brew with a grizzled dwarf veteran who slapped you on the back with the only arm he had left after an encounter with Mordranith. You weren't certain what to expect from the man who uttered his name simply to test your reaction, but you weren't expecting this. To keep your reactions to yourself as he gazes at you, you take the time to study him. Vanistin is a powerful man, tall and strong, lean and still young. Not what you might expect in a wizard. You sit in his sumptuous chamber overlooking the harbour in Palua, sipping his fine wine. You raise your eyebrows at the name but say nothing. Vanistin looks hard at you and then proceeds with his story.
You have heard of him, of course, a servant of evil and chaos, a mage of no mean skill, and possessed of a fiendish cunning. To defeat his purpose, we need your skill and courage. If you will accept the task I offer...
Now he stops pacing the room, sits down, and his voice has a keener edge to it.
2 weeks ago, agents of Morandareth kidnapped a wizard here. Alessander, who was occupied in the magical research into Mordranith's schemings. I last saw Alessander a few days ago before he disappeared, and he was excited and worried then. He warned me that Mordranith was using magical energies to draw power in some way from the realms of the dread.
Oh, the dead, rather, not the dread.
And he urged me to consult with him again when he had a little more time to study the problem. Alas, when I called upon him, he was gone, with all his notes. But by magical scrying, we have found where Alexander is, and he is still alive. Your task is not as desperate as you may have thought, and when I spoke Mordranith's name, we do not require you to slay him. We need you to bring Alessander back to us.
He pauses to offer you more wine. He's getting us pissed. And he sees that you are a little disappointed. What a scalp Mordranith's would be boast about? That don't make sense. Vanistin is quick to counter that.
If you can rescue Alexander, you may gain the knowledge and power to overcome Mordranith himself. I cannot think of anyone more capable to undertake it than you.
You smile at his flattery.
Interested?
He hardly needs your nod.
Mordanath has tried to fool us, but for once his ruse has failed. From our spies, we know that the evil one is in Lancia. But we have also discovered that Alessander is imprisoned elsewhere. Mordanath expects us to come for him, in the belief that he has Alessandra with him. Well, we won't disappoint him. A ship has already sailed for Alancia with warriors and mages aboard. Just a diversion, of course, although we've made sure that his spies have heard of it as a serious mission. But you, my friend, will be making for the real quarry. Mordanath has hidden Alessandra on the Isle of Despair, a small island just off the eastern coast of the Island of Scars. Deep within the iron crypts he has hidden him. Why he has not slain him I do not know, but this I do know. We need desperately to find out what Alexandra has discovered, and we must get him back alive. And you are the warrior to do it. One brave hero can penetrate defenses secretly and silently, where a group would raise too many alarms and thereby fail. And a wizard would be useless there. No magic works within the iron crypts. It is a brave and fearless warrior we need. A small ship, the Petrel, is waiting for you. Will you accept this quest? If you don't, then my magic will ensure that you will remember nothing of what I have said when you leave. Look at my eyes, not around my eyes, look at my eyes. Now you're under. You don't remember. I cannot afford any idle gossip.
But he is smiling, for he has seen your hand move to your scabbard at the prospect of an adventure.
Gold and glory, my friend. I can promise you both in abundance. Let us drink to it, but not too much. The tide will be favorable in but a few hours.
There we go, innit? Now turn over. So it looks like we're going to sea. I don't really get who the... So Wallenstein wants to take over... No, Wallenstein's the dude talking to us. Mordanath wants to take over the world, and we got to go stop him. That's what I got from it. Is that what you guys got? I don't really know. Hey, I've just noticed Spellsinger's profile picture is the Transformers. No way.
My name is Optimus Prime. I am from Cybertron. Autobots, roll out.
Yeah, what are they called? Autobots. Yeah, that's it, yeah. I forgot that. I was thinking Decepticons, but I was like, that's not the Decepticon logo. Optimus Prime, man. Legend. Yeah, Mordanath is the villain. Nasty. And we're at sea. We're at the sea. We're at the high seas, it seems. So, get the seas on. F's in the chat when you're ready to begin. Man. Straight away. No lag at all in this one. Here we go. There's a cool picture, but I don't want to show it just yet because it might have spoilers. So I'll wait to show it, okay? Fair weather and a good easterly breeze have sped you along your way. You should reach the Isle of Despair in but a day or two. Garath, the ship's captain, has been well paid, and you had no problems arranging for him to pick you up after you have completed your quest. But now dark clouds are gathering and a gale is picking up. The captain gives orders for battening down the hatches and prepares to run before the wind. So we've actually got like a storm as well, you know, on the high seas. Ouch. That's pretty loud. Let's turn that down a bit. Batten down the hatches, men! We'll have to turn that down even further, I think. Can't bloody hear the sea against that thunderstorm. Okay. Dark clouds are gathering and a gale is picking up. Captain gives orders for battening down the hatches and prepares to run before the wind. The first heavy drops of rain splatter down on the wooden deck. As you prepare to go below, a cry goes up from a crewman and you gaze follows his pointing finger. A huge black bird with a wingspan of yards and outstretched talons is plummeting down from the leaden sky straight towards you. Coming to get us, guys. It's like, what the hell? Put on your rubbers, boys. We're off to sea. Yeah, man. Guys, we got some birds after us. What you guys done for this bird to come after us? Do you want to flee or do you want to stay and fight this menace, guys? Let's roll the dice to dodge the giant bird poo. So what are we going to do, guys? Fight! Spellsinger says fight the beast. Let's go for it. Right, you're in combat with a giant storm bird. You must fight it alone since the sailors are too far away and can't get to aid you through the rain and gale and lashing waves which spill on the deck. Well, this bird has a skill of 8 and a stamina of 12. We've got a skill of 11. So it has to -3 off its dice roll, and because it comes to us, it's going to roll first. So it rolls a 6, which becomes a 3. So it rolled a 3, and now we roll a 4. So it only takes 1 hit of damage. So it's down to 11 stamina now. That was a bit shit. Okay, so it rolls a 6, which becomes a 3 again. And we roll. Come on, get some high rolls. It's only got 3. We rolled an 11. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. 11, 10, 9, 8. It lost 8 stamina points from 11. 8, 9, 10, 11. It's got 3 stamina left. Boom. It says here, if you were slain by the Stormbird's slashing talon and cruel beak, your adventure has ended here. Already on the same page. Okay, stamina of 3 now. We're doing good here. We're doing good. It rolls a 6 again. What the hell? So that's 3. And we roll a 7 -3, which is 4. It's dead. We killed it. Boom. Chicken for dinner. Let's all have some chicken, guys. There's plenty to go around. Did you turn your back and try to flee before fighting the Stormbird? No. We made no attempt to run away. We bested that beast straight away. We are the best. Oh, yeah. Giant sea chicken for dinner. Yeah. Everyone's getting chicken tonight. Captain Garath and his men congratulate you on your bravery. You may take provisions from the ship's galley in order to recover any stamina points you lost in your combat with the Stormbird. Well, we didn't. Well done, Gareth says, but this encounter troubles me. It is very rare to see such a bird in these latitudes. Perhaps someone already knows of your coming and has attracted such a creature by magic. This is not a good thought on which to settle down to sleep for the night, but you're getting a good night's sleep. And in the early morning, when the rain has stopped and it's a beautiful little sunny day, we feel refreshed and ready to set out for the Isle of Despair. It's all right, eh? One of the sailors gives you a small jar of ointment. Add this to your stuff that you're carrying. Ointments. What's the ointment? I hope this isn't like rub this for, you know. He explains that on the Isle of Despair there may be insects which bite and spread disease, and this will help repel them. He commends you on your bravery and says he hopes his gift will help you. You thank him and collect your gear for the adventure to come. Okay. On this foggy morning, you make out the Isle of Despair, a short distance away to starboard. Captain Garath explains that there is no natural harbour here, and you must make your own way from now on. The crew lower a rowing boat into the water and take all your equipment and provisions, and you lower yourself into the boat and row for the shore. Whoa, hang on a second. The crew lower a rowing boat into the water and taking all your equipment and provisions? Do we get them back? Hang on. We've lost all our meals. If we've lost our sword and shield, that's -2 off our skill. Taking all your equipment and provisions, you lower yourself into the boat and row for the shore as the petrel glides slowly away into the gloom. Guys, they've just stolen our stuff. We got no sword, no shield, no food. That can't be right. God, what? Dudes, that's what it says here. There is no natural harbour. You must make your own way from now on. By the way, give us all your shit. The crew will lower a rowing boat into the water and taking all your equipment and provisions, you lower yourself into the boat and row for the shore, and then they bugger off. They haven't given us our stuff back. That is mental. We've got no sword, no shields, no food. No, it means we take it all with us. No, it don't. The crew lowering a rowing boat into the water, and taking all your equipment and provisions, you lower yourself, you get into the boat and row for the shore. It never states that they give it us back. That there's no point, like, that is us taking. No. Guys, listen. Captain Garath explains that there's no natural harbour here, and you must make your own way from now on. So, in other words, the ship can't get up to the land because the water's not deep enough, and there's no harbour here. So he's going to have to lower a boat. We're going to have to get in the boat, and then we have to row ourselves to the shore. We have to go. So the crew lower a rowboat into the water and says, give us your stuff, right? We give them our sword, our shield, right? I'm not reading it wrong, guys. It's exactly what it says. The crew lowering a rowing boat into the water and taking all your equipment and provisions, you lower yourself into the boat and row for the shore as the petrel glides away into the gloom. They don't give us that stuff back. Seriously. There's nowhere else I can read that. That's what it says. I know, it don't make sense, Spellsinger, at all. Exactly. Well, what's the point in starting with it? Exactly. But that's what the book says. Guys, if it's an error on the writer's part, we have to follow what the book says. You are taking your equipment. Well, you guys, I mean, that's not what the book states. We can't just disobey the book. We can't just go against what the book says. Okay? Seriously, like, you guys can read it for yourself if you don't believe me. It's exactly what it says right there. Okay? You make your way, the crew lower a rowing boat into the water, and taking all your equipment and provisions, you lower yourself into the boat, and row for the gloom, and then they bugger off with all our stuff. That's what it says. I mean, hang on, let's turn over the page. Maybe it says that we get it back. You're nearly ashore when a huge pair of grey pincers, trailing green and purple strands of seaweed, rise from the shallow water to snap at your oar. Honestly, guys, it does not say that we get our stuff back. They take it from your room and give it to you. What? No. Rhymester, if that's what they meant, it would have said, collecting all your equipment and provisions, not taking. Taking evokes that they're taking it for themselves away from something else. Collecting it means that they are picking it up and, you know, gathering it. Taking means that they are taking it off us. Collecting it would have meant that that's where they got it from our room. It doesn't mean that they went to go fetch our equipment when they say taking all your equipment and provisions. Oh, hang on a second here. Right, no, okay, no, I see what, hang on, I got it. You've read your copy and read it as we take. Yeah, so the crew lower a rowing boat into the water and, comma, right, it should really say you taking all your equipment and provisions, but it doesn't. It just says taking all your equipment and provisions. And because that statement comes after the crew one, to me, that should read that they have taken our stuff off us. That's the proper grammar. He, Mr. Keith Martin, has written it wrong. He should have clarified that us taking our equipment and provisions. I understand what you guys are saying now, but that's not how it reads. So we have got 10 meals and we have got all this. Because when you put the sentence, the crew lower a boat into the water and taking all your equipment and provisions, that sentence means that they take your shit. It doesn't mean suddenly that we're taking all our stuff. But I get now what he's done. It is poorly written, yeah. You're right, Dylan. How's it going, mate? After taking, it says you. Taking all your, actually, it says your. As in, they've taken our stuff. Honestly, that all it means is it's just poorly written. Sorry, Keith, mate. Rest in peace, but, you know, write it better next time. Of all the vampire, didn't have any of this ambiguity, by the way. It was proper on the nose. It's not written correctly at all. Sorry, it's not clarified. As a writer, you're meant to clarify the events and actions. And when this ambiguity takes place, that's not correctly written. Anyway, you were nearly ashore when a huge pair of grey pinchers trailing green and purple strands of seaweed rise from the shallow water and snap at you at your oar. The streaked grey shell, beady eyes and hooked jaws of a giant skull crab emerge after them. Do you want to fight the creature, throw some food at it, or try to row to shore quickly and get away? What do you want to do? Yes, but after taking it, it says no. Yeah. What do you want to do, guys? You want to row to shore quickly, throw some food at it, or fight the creature? Oh, yeah. Think of water now. Ah, it's a coffee job. After chicken for entree, it's time for crab for main. Does that mean you want to fight it, Leo? Is that you saying let's fight it? Are we fighting? Throw some sea chicken at it. Okay, we're going to throw some food at it. We've got a couple of pieces of bird left over. You throw some food towards the crab, which grabs at it and misses. You now have time to row away while the dim-witted crab finds and gobbles down your food. Reduce your meals by 1. You row to the shoreline without further incident. Sweet. Ugh, bloody hell. You beach your boats and look around. So we're on the beach now, aren't we? We're on the beach. To the west is a trail leading towards the hilly interior of the island. Alright? And to the south there is a tall white cliff which bars your way. Appearing out of the wispy mist to the north looms a huge figure. A giant, almost 16 feet tall, clad in green and his hair a tangle of kelp and shells that he wears for decoration. He is muscular and carries a massive club. "Hello, human," he booms. And this is him. There he is. He's 16 feet tall, this guy. Hello. Hello, ding dong. Do you want to attack him, greet him in return, or run away to the west? What shall we do, guys? Attack him, say hello to him, or run away to the west? Say hi to the BFG. Let's greet him in return then, yeah? Yo, what's happening, BFG? What's going down? Sorry about Edwina, says the sea giant. She's frisky today. I hope she hasn't hurt you. Good. He looks around at the mist. It's going to rain. Would you care for food and shelter? If you want to accept his offer of food and shelter, we can do that. Or if you decline and decide to set off west along the trail. I mean, he sounds friendly enough. So shall we say, yeah, we'll have some food and shelter at yours? Should be a big enough place. Or we're going to say, you're all right, mate. I've fallen into this trap before. And we're going to take the offer, okay? So yeah, I believe I can hang out with you. You set off north together and soon reach the giant's cave, which is set into a hillside sloping down to the shoreline. You enter his cave and you look around. There's some fine fish stew simmering, and he offers you a huge bowl of fish stew. Are we taking his fishy stew, guys? Are we buying that? And well, it says here you do. You eat it with relish. We have a little pickle with it. The giant looks thoughtful and says, "This is becoming an increasingly evil place. I'm not afraid, for I can look after myself. But you must be on some kind of quest here." You nod and say nothing, determined to give nothing away. "I don't know if this will help you, but it might mean something," he says, and he retrieves an old scroll with which he had carefully hidden under a large pile of shells and conchs. You read it to yourself, and it says, "Singing in the wind is the harbinger of death, and the stealer of souls tear terrors from the minds of the damned to make his home." Lovely little paragraph. It seems to make little sense to you, nor can you make out the date at all inscribed in one corner. The numbers are smudged and only 3 are legible, and it says 350. So I'm going to guess he's going to give this to us, and that 350 is the paragraph we turn to. But you thank the giant, he tells you, and he says you can keep this scroll. So you put it in your backpack. Make a note of the date numbers, 350. Soon it begins to rain heavily, and you stay in the giant's cave for the night. So we got a bit of rain, have we? A little bit of rain hitting us, guys. It's raining outside, but it's warm in here. The next morning, so like the rain goes, I guess, you know, and in the morning it's sunny and clear. The giant wishes you well and gives you some salted fish, enough for 3 meals. Dude, we get 3 meals. We now got 12 meals. You set off west to seek the trail leading inland. So, there we go. We're out of the cave and we're on the trail. You set off west along the trail. Misty drizzle begins to fall, and you feel wet, uncomfortable, and miserable. At midday, you must stop and eat a meal. As you take out some food, you find that the damp has seeped through your backpack and some of your food is spoiled. Reduce your provisions by 2. What a freaking waste of time that was. We're back down to 10, boys. That fish just... I mean, hang on. How's fish getting with damp? Fish is good in water. Fish needs the moistness. So, why is it spoiling? We must have had, like, crackers as well or something. I don't know, but we're down by 2 meals now. Bit of a bummer, isn't it? The trail splits, and you can either head north, where you can see hilly terrain and bracken in the distance, or you can continue west along what appears to be a fairly well-used mud track. Do you want to head north or west, guys? North or west? Let's go where? Hey, Captain Andy B's here. How's it going, my boy? Do you like Conti's shirt, mate? I stole it off him from his stream yesterday. I did tell him I'd do it first, you know what I mean? Right, so we're heading west. Where the air is warm, we're going to go west. Where the seas were born, we're heading west. Where, I mean, anything to rhyme with Orn, innit? You make good progress along the trail, but as the sun begins to set, you see no sign of a safe place to sleep. There are hills to the north, and only the continuing trail is to the west. To the south, there's a small copse of trees nestling against the rock face. You move up to take a look around, and as you warily check the trees, there's a tiny, thin face with drooping, pointing ears and a sharp little black eyes peers around a clump of bushes. Are you looking for somewhere to sleep? The tree sprite asks shyly. You nod your head and he races up. Hang on, we're sleeping again. We've just woken up from sleep. You nod your head. Yeah, I guess we're lazy as anything. And he races up a tree trunk and fumbles at something out of sight. And then he throws down a rope hammock. Get up in the trees, he urges. There might be a wolf about, or worse. He dances away through the high branches and he's gone. What the hell was that all about? You take his advice, clamber up a tree, rig up the hammock and settle down into a deep, sound sleep. We're going to sleep again, guys. But he should be called Stealer of Bedtime or Stealer of Life. We're sleeping our way through this book. Right? Do you have any treasure? I mean, we got an ointment and a scroll. Won't class that as treasure. So we're going to say we don't have any treasure. Siesta of Souls. Yeah. Honestly, man, I've never seen so much sleep in all my life in these books. Your cheese sandwich is soaked. Oh, no way. Is that what happened, mate? Our cheese got wet. You set off. Hang on, what? You set off on a fine day. We're back awake, guys. I can't keep up with this book. We're asleep. We're awake. With the cries of seabirds in your ears, and before long you arrive at a crossroads. So we've woken up, guys. We gathered our stuff. We went down the tree. It hasn't said any of this, but that's what's happened. By the side of the path to the north, there stands a wooden pole with a skull atop it. By the southern path, there is a bloodied fistful of bird's feathers on a pointed stick. There's nothing to mark the path which continues west. So do you want to go north, south, or west? North, south, or west? Well, that's east for you. That's west for you. What do you want to do? South, Spellsinger says. Let's head south. The beautiful south, isn't it? The trail grows more overgrown, so I'm guessing we're in some kind of like forest, I guess. I don't know. It grows overgrown as it descends into thick verdant vegetation. Masses of bush, ferns, vines, and trailing roots Gaudy insects buzz lazily around in the air. It is very warm and humid, and you use up a lot of energy hacking your way through the undergrowth. So we got our sword and we're hacking our way through with parts of the trail. We have to minus 2 points off our stamina because the going is hard. We're hacking and slashing, cutting down, you know, like romancing the stone, innit? Going through the jungle. We're suddenly in a thick rainforest. Yes, I was going to get to that, Matt G, mate. So suddenly 2 men just seem to melt out of the bushes beside the trail and stand before you. Hello, how's it going? Just a couple of, you know, jungle men, basically, innit? They are dark-skinned and wear loincloths, and they carry spears. These they point towards you and gesture wildly, type of thing. You have no idea what it is they are trying to tell you, but their spears are sharp. I hope they're not cannibals, because that's always the way with these types of people who live out in the middle of nowhere. Do you want to attack them? Do you want to try and say hello to them? Or, well, it says offer a gold piece, but we haven't got any money, so we can't do that. So, do you want to say hello to them or attack them, guys? Apocalyptia. Yeah. Honestly, these dudes, I mean, they're, what are they called? Wild hillmen or something? Say hello. I've just come to say hello. Right, let's try and do it then, shall we? Does anybody know, like, jungle sign language, you know? We start waving or whatever, palms outstretched like this, you know. The men realize that we're not hostile people, so they lower their spears a little, and they guide you along the path. And after an hour or so, they usher you into a village where you see David Attenborough has already made it, and he's talking with them. So we're in their village, guys. I mean, this is literally, if I see onions in a bowl, we've got to go, honestly. We've got another picture here. Mr. Abadoo himself. There he is. Very nice illustration. There are some 30 or so warriors in the village with women folk. You know, the tribes women folk you see in National Geographic. And shy children who point and stare at you. Although they're probably all half naked, so if anybody should be pointing and staring, it's us. You begin to feel uncomfortable, although they're probably not uncomfortable with it all swinging out. They're probably all happy and comfortable. But then there's a richly dressed native bearing a ceremonial staff decorated with a silver filigree and magnificent plums. Fuck off! Oh, plumes. Sorry, plumes. It said, I thought it said plums. It said plumes. Magnificent plumes appearing from a grand set of the mud and wattle huts. The hell does that mean? Hang on, let me read this again. You begin to feel uncomfortable, but then a richly dressed native, bearing a ceremonial staff decorated with a silver filigree and magnificent plumes, appears from the grandest of the mud and wattle huts and approaches you. That's all one sentence. Haltingly, he speaks in a language that you can understand. Ah! Hey, Jackie, how's it going? Balls will be in the stew soon. Honestly, mate, yeah. Balls will be in the stew. Do you like the shirt, Jack? Stole it from Conti last night from his stream. All the people who were coming in from FLIGHTSIM, this is hilarious. Everybody else ain't got a clue what I'm talking about. Right. Haltingly, he speaks in a language we can understand. Hey, American Hi, shaman of the Caraboos.
and we see you have come in peace. You are not one of the 5 evil ones. We welcome you with hostility. What? Oh, hospitality, sorry. Hospitality. He takes you into his hut, and soon a fine meal is laid before your lips, which gives us 3 points of stamina. Well, we can only have 2 of those, so we're back up to max, guys. After you've eaten, the shaman looks at you a little craftily. He's got a little twinkle in his eye. A little Jimmy Savile twinkle in his eye. Perhaps some trade between us would bond our friendship, he says. Do we have any treasure that we're willing to trade with? We have ointment and we have a scroll. Do you guys want to trade that for anything he may offer up? I mean, the scroll has a page number on it. The ointment is meant to save us from gnats or something. I don't know. But other than that, we got sweet FA. So hopefully I'll have more luck during my next stream today for Flight Sim, where I fly a helicopter around the Netherlands, than I feel that we're having here. Because I don't feel that we're very lucky in this book at the moment. Because we haven't... It's asking for loads of stuff that we just haven't picked up yet. So we must have missed loads or something. Don't know. Get to the chopper! Yeah, man, that's what I'll be doing after this stream. After this stream ends, about 30 minutes to an hour, I'll be going again in the Netherlands. Give him the cream to rub on his balls. Right, we're going to give him the ointment. Let's see if that's a treasure. If you have any treasure. Let's 329 it. I don't think... The shaman has a box brought to him by a servant. Then he lays out its contents before you. He tells you the price for each item. You may buy whichever ones you want if you have the money, which we don't, so we're going to trade 1 item for 1 item. Add the items to the list of equipment, reducing your treasure. Well, our treasure was ointment, so we'll get rid of that. Bye-bye. You can't haggle with him, and he's too crafty for that. If you do not have enough gold pieces for... Okay, so basically here... Oh, here we go. Alcandi will give you 8 gold pieces for your ointment. So we've got 8 gold pieces to spend, guys. Do you know what? I think... Yeah, because you can buy more than 1 here. Okay. Right, I'm going to have to type this out, what we got here, because otherwise you guys aren't going to be able to see. So here's what's on offer from King of Boo Boo, right? There's a silver feather, okay? And that's worth 2 gold pieces, okay? There's that. There's an ebony key, and that's worth 4 gold pieces. There's an ivory cat statue, which I'm just going to type ivory cat, and that's worth 3 gold pieces. There's some rope, 15 feet in length, 2 gold pieces. They don't really value that shit, do they? There's a small... I saw that as well, Spellsinger. I'm just typing something out here first. There's a small white gem. That's worth 3 gold pieces. And there's some white oil, which I hope it's not pale ale. That's 2 gold pieces. So you guys have got 8 gold pieces to spend now. Let me know what you want to buy. 8 GPs is what we got. 8 GGs. Guys, you need to spend 8 gold pieces worth of shit there. It says you also might be able to buy meals at 1 gold piece a pop. And that will give you enough for 2 meals. So 2 meals for 1 gold piece as well, if you want. But we've already got like 10 meals, so we're pretty good there. But you can't buy more than 2 meals because this food is perishable and will not stay fresh for long. Right, so you can only spend 1 gold piece on food, guys. So what do you want to buy, guys? What shall we have? We haven't got the ointment, so I hope that's not an essential in this book, because we've just sold it to the tribesmen. You guys need to decide. You guys need to talk together. Come on, let's go.
Since when did we get treasure? We didn't. We sold our ointment that we were given. We didn't rub that on ourselves, and the book never told us to, so we sold the ointment for 8 gold pieces. So now we got 8 gold pieces, which must mean a lot to these tribespeople out in the middle of nowhere. Silver feather and ebony key are important team. Somebody else will say the rope. Only gold pieces or a pearl are considered treasure. It doesn't identify what's treasure and what's not in this book. It never gave any rules for what is treasure, so anything that they can use is surely considered treasure. You know? So what are we saying? Are we saying silver feather, ebony key, and rope? The rope is 2 gold pieces, an ebony key is 4, that's 6, and a silver feather is 2, that's 8. If that's what you guys want, we can do that. A silver feather, an ebony key, I don't know what that opens, and 15 feet of rope. That's what we've just bought, guys. We got no more things left. Ebony key, rope, and silver feather. No meals we're buying. So when you've completed your purchases, the shaman has you shown to a comfortable hut where you can sleep peacefully. Great. In the morning, it's the early morning rise here. Before departing, you can ask Al-Kandai about the message scroll that we've still got, if you have it, which we do. If you wish to do this, turn to the paragraph with the same number that was written on it. Do you guys want to ask King Boo Boo about the scroll, guys? Sounds like a decent shopping list. Yeah. Seems like we did alright. We did good on it, you know. Someone's bird's kicking off. Guys, do you want to speak to King Boo Boo about the scroll? Yeah, sure, ask about it. Okay, so we need to go to 350, and it tells us all about this scroll here. So it says here, Al-Kandai reads the scroll, and a worried frown crosses his brow. I have sensed some magical evil in the nighttime breezes lately. Whisperings of tormented souls imprisoned by an evil creature. This may be the singing which the writer speaks of. I feel also that the spirits of the dead lie uneasy here, that all terrors are awakened by one who was come here. Perhaps this one is the stealer of souls mentioned. I can tell you no more, but take heed of the writer's words and beware of the singing voices that lure you. Pondering his words, you set off north towards the crossroads, and once there, you turn west along the unmarked trail. Okay. No need to read the rest of that then. Yeah. Having reached the crossroads on the trail, so we're on the trail. You set off west along the unmarked path. You're heading into undulated low foothills, and your legs grow tired as you march. So we're on the foothills here, and we're getting a bit tired. Hey, how about we have a little sleep? There are craggy peaks to the north, and the trail turns northwest towards them. It is late afternoon when you begin to grow hungry. We haven't eaten like 3-4 days, guys. Like, we have not had a meal since the boat, I think. Oh no, since the cave of the giant. The rays of the setting sun bathe the countryside in a warm glow and reflect back from some kind of small building made of grey rock to the west. You could reach it in about an hour. Do you want to make for the building, or do you want to continue on the trail, guys? Ram Street, how's it going, mate? Are we dead yet, mate? We're not dead yet. We've been going for 49 minutes and 40 seconds, mate. Right there. Boom. We're alive and kicking. Yeah, Ram Street used to be Tim Street, but he had to change his name because the feds were after him. So he changed it to Ram Street. Nobody's ever going to figure that out. So he's wanted by the feds. So he changed his name. Crimes Against Fighting Fantasy, I believe it was. Writing in the book or something. I don't know. Let's head for the building. Okay, we're going to go for the building, guys. Here we go. Let's go. Oh! Dude. I don't know if this relates to what we're reading, but there is an awesome picture on this page. Struggling across rocky terrain. So we must be in the mountains here, guys. All right. Struggling across rocky terrain, you arrive at the building just as twilight is descending. This is a small, simple structure without windows, but with an open door facing west. It is too gloomy to see what is inside. You will have to enter, for you need safe shelter to sleep. So you will light a lantern and move in. You're assuming we still have the Y-shaped stick from Firetop Mountain. I don't know how this has become a thing. I really don't. You guys have got this Y-shaped allure about this stick from Firetop Mountain. A groan greets you as you enter. In the gloom, you make out a man chained to a wall. Yes, this picture does relate to us. Look at that. I hope this isn't a Saw game, you know.
We'll play a game.
In the gloom, you can make out a man chained to the wall on one side of what could be an altar. What the hell? Let's get back to the mountains. He reaches out a hand to you as you enter and begs for your help, mumbling in an unknown tongue. Shall we attack him? Shall we help him? Or shall we just stay where we are and look around? Should we basically ignore him and start, you know, searching for stuff? Shall we attack him or shall we try and help him? What shall we do, guys? I don't know, man. Could this guy be the stealer of souls? Why does he keep going to birds? We're in the mountains. Come on. Get the mountains back. Stop with the birds. We're in the mountains, man. Mountains. Mountains. Don't know why it keeps changing. What shall we do, guys? Let me get a drink here. Adverts. Just skip them. You get adverts, just push skip. You want to help him. And if anyone think we should help the gimp, let's try and help him. Name Zed. As you move towards him, a sphere of deepest blackness flies from his fingers of his outstretched hand and engulfs you in a chilling circle of marrow, freezing cold, as the illusion of his appearance vanishes. Remove 6 stamina points. Jesus. 6, man. That's insane. Like, we're down to 16? Yeah. If you are still alive, the Dark Priest, armor-clad and mace-wielding, moves in for the kill. Dude, I think we're about to die. The Dark Priest, guys. You are confronted by a Dark Priest. You must fight for your life against this pitiless enemy in this dark and terrible place, who has a skill of 9 and a stamina of 13. So are we going to attack first, or are we going to let him go for the first blow? This is one of your favorite books, is it? No way. Great illustrations. Yes, these are really good illustrations. I got to agree, mate. Right, so are we gonna... So Spellsinger says we're attacking him. Okay. So he's got a skill of 9. We've got a skill of 11. That's a difference of 2. So he has to minus 2 off his dice roll. We roll a 7. That's a good start. And he rolls a 4, which becomes a 2. And we got 7. That's 5 difference. So 13, 12, 11, 10, 9. He's down to 8 stamina. Boom. Dark Priest ain't so priesty, is he? We roll a 7. Decent. He rolls a 6, which becomes a 4. Difference is 3 to 7. He had 8. He's now down to 5 stamina. I think we're going to nail this priest. We roll a 5. Thought that was a double 1 then. We roll a 5. He rolls a 4, which becomes a 2. We had 5. He loses 3. He was on 5. He now has 2 stamina points left. 2. We rolled a 5. Yeah, that's right. He was on 5. He loses 3 stamina points. He's on 2 stamina points left. Right. He's on 2 left. We roll an 8. He's dead. He is dead. We rolled an 8. He rolls a 6, which becomes a 4. 2 is the difference. Boom, you're dead, Dark Priest. Back to the naughty corner. We killed you. Think you can come in here and say what's what? Breathing heavily, you push away the body of the evil cleric with your foot. And as you do so, a pouch that he had on his belt spills out 5 gold pieces. Yo, we got 5 GGs, guys. As you look around, it dawns upon you how evil this place is. You sense an emanation of evil from the altar, and there are dread wall paintings showing scenes of unspeakable horror. One in particular captures your attention. A black skull with livid red eyes, floating in the air above a rocky crevice, gloating over the terrified ghostly forms of spirits of the dead. But there's no shelter to be found outside, so you will have to sleep in this haunted bloody shack. You look around and discover a trapdoor beneath a carpet in front of the altar. You pull the Dark Priest's body over it to stop anything getting in, and then you settle down to sleep. Test your luck. Oh shit. We got a luck of 8, guys. Oh, dude. Test your luck. I rolled an 8, and we have 8. Oh my gosh. That means 8 or below, isn't it? 8 or below means you're lucky. We rolled an 8. We have 8. We're lucky. I'm pretty sure that's what it means. Unbelievable. Do you have a silver medallion? We do not. No silver medallion here, mate. You sleep comfortably and soundly, and you regain 2 stamina points. Boom. Up to 18 now. In the morning, you may either return to the trail and head northwest, or open the trapdoor and investigate what is down below. What shall we do? Shall we go try the trapdoor, or shall we continue on the trail, guys? What shall we do? Andy B says try the trapdoor. He is one brave, daring MF. We're going to have a look inside the trapdoor, because there's something down there. Right. I hope this... If you don't you open that trapdoor, because there's something down there. Everybody... Hey, Shelf, how's it going, mate? Using your lantern, you descend into the trapdoor. And it's a steep descent, cut stone steps that wind down to a limestone passage below. These twist and turn, and you seem to spend hours traveling with only the faintest sounds of dripping water for company. You must stop and eat a meal during your travels or deduct 2 points from your stamina. Are we stopping to eat a meal, guys? Or do you want to just lose the 2 stamina points? You're a fool if you dare. Don't open that trap door. Eat. So we lose a meal. Right, okay. We're down to 9 meals. And I get to have a little pick-me-up. Little bit of shortbread I got. Just a finger. Just slip a finger in my mouth. Bit of shortbread. I love shortbread. We'll have a meal in the trapdoor cave. I mean, it's a nice place to have a meal, isn't it? In the dark, under the land. We've been down here for hours. We don't even know if we're getting back out. Where's your cheese sandwich? Mate, that got ruined in the rain. In the dampness, your cheese went wet. Not in a good way. Well, that's lunch done, guys. It's like a tropical island holiday. All we're doing is eating and sleeping. Basically, yeah. We're sleeping our way through this adventure, man. Alright. Now it's asking us to test our luck again. Shit, we got a luck of 7. Dude, we're gonna die. I rolled a 9. We're unlucky, guys. Honestly, that was expected. That was bloody expected. We are unlucky in a cave under the evil huts. You become confused as you travel along. You are lost and increasingly tired, and you must sit down and eat another meal or lose all but 1 stamina point. Guys, are we going to eat another meal, or are we going to lose all our stamina but 1 point? What do you reckon, guys? Eat again. Right. So we're down to 8 meals. Let me eat another one. Oh, we've been in this cave for hours. I haven't got a clue where we are. Let's sit down and have a sandwich. I've been turned around in this dark cave. I mean, somebody's made this. Somebody's, like, spent years building this. This is worse than the, you know, the dungeon on Blood Island, because hours we've been down here. This must stretch out around the whole island. Yeah. Either that, or we've been walking really slowly. Because we've been down here for hours, to the point where we're confused. So none of these meals are restoring our stamina. No. No. None of these meals are giving us extra stamina. It's just asking us to eat a meal or lose stamina. This book is pretty tricky, I'd say. Yeah. It's a very interesting book. I'm really enjoying this. Hopefully we can do it. Right. We're snacking on our sandwich. As you lean back against the rough wall for support, a pair of stone claws encircle your arms. You have fallen into the clutches of the stone shapeshifter, an ancient and evil rock being which preys on those who wander in these subterranean realms. Your scream of horror is smothered as a wet stone protuberance wraps around your face, and you are slowly absorbed into the stone wall. What? Your quest ends here. For the Stone Shaper's evil patience has been rewarded once again. We've just been absorbed into the wall, guys. What the hell? Dude, that is it. Game over. What? We moonwalk everywhere, so it takes a while. Honestly, we just died, guys. Seriously. We just died. That's unbelievable, that is. Bloody unbelievable. Bloody disgusting. We just got... We're in a wall. Unbelievable, guys. Well, that's it for this one, guys. And that is the final one in September as well. Next time, it's October the 13th. October the 13th. What book are we doing then, guys? Let's find out, shall we? Where's the book? There's the book. The next one we do is The Daggers of Darkness. Oh, that's a bit weird. Guys, that's our next book right there. The Daggers of Darkness. Boom! You're not cool unless you're surfing two saber-toothed tigers with a hawk about to land on your shoulder. Alright? So the correct approach was don't open that trap door. Yeah, basically, we shouldn't have opened the trap door. Our time goes forward next weekend. When does your time change? We've had our time change, Rhymester. Our clocks all went forward, or backwards. I think they went back. I don't know. Right now, it is 11:39 in the AM. So if your clocks go forward, I think there's only going to be an hour difference, or 11-hour difference, you know. Ours go back next month. Are you in the UK, Tim? Start at 9 PM next time, not 7 PM. Right, okay. Just arrived in time to be absorbed into a wall. Figsorello, mate. Nice to see you. You know, welcome in. And take care at the same time, because we just died. Ours went back last Sunday. Ours go back the last Sunday in October. Oh, okay. I thought they already changed recently. Like, or was that was in the summertime, wasn't it? And I'm just like, summer's gone like that. You're in the UK, are you, Tim? Oh, okay, right. So in October, we roll back. Okay. So there'll be a month of a bit shitness. Is that what you're saying? Does this mean, like, 10 AM is no longer, you know, nice for the people in Australia? Dylan! How's it going, mate? UK is March. Oh, right, March was the last time. Bloody hell, man. I thought it was in, like, August or something. Like, fucking... I don't know, man. Every day is the same. When you're 1,000 years old, every day is the same. Our time will be 9 PM with the time change next. Stay at the same time. Okay, we're going to stay at the same time. It's 8:40 in the PM in the old Melbourne area. Melbourne. I was watching this flight simmer, and he kept on calling it Melbourne. I don't know why, but it's... I was watching a video. Every time he said Melbourne, he was flying around Melbourne and rating the scenery in Flight Sim, and he kept on saying Melbourne. I don't know. Melbourne was. It's like, yeah, okay. Melbourne, obviously, yeah. Melbourne. Right, okay, guys, that's it then. So 2 weeks time, Daggers of Darkness, where we get poisoned from the start. Oh, kill the time. We lasted an hour. I'm gonna guess that's like an hour and 5 minutes or so. But we lasted just over an hour, guys. That's not too bad for us. That's not too bad. Your Terminator video is interesting. Oh, you've watched it, Rhymester? Yes. Yeah, be able to watch all the Terminator films, and all of them make sense now. And it turns, when you watch them all in the order that I state, it kind of makes T1 and T2 a bit dull, and it makes Genesis and Salvation look good. Like, seriously, it sounds mental, but watch the video that's going to be publishing to the subscribers in October. If you're a member on the channel, you get to watch it now, and it'll just your mind off, honestly. Sorry you missed the Blood Island game. Oh, mate, honestly. Well, you can go back and watch it, Tim. No worries, mate. It's 8:10 in Adelaide. No way. So hang on, we got somebody from Adelaide. We got somebody from Melbourne, right? Where else? Oh, Rhymester, you're from Melbourne, are you? Where are you from, mate? Everybody who's from Australia, put where you're from in chat now. I need to know where everybody's spread out. We got Sydney, we got Melbourne, we got Adelaide. Have we got anybody from Perth and Darwin? Let's, you know. Blood Island was a good... Yeah, Blood Island was bloody good. That was what that was. I think we've got Australia covered here, guys. Seriously, I know also... Anzac, he's from New Zealand. If he was watching, he's from New Zealand. Sometimes he does tune in, I think, but sometimes he doesn't. But honestly, I think the whole of Oceania is covered here. You know? You're more Central Australia, near the Aborigines. There you go, Spellsinger. We got the middle. We've got the east. We got a little bit of Adelaide. Is that the west by Perth? Or no, it's the south, isn't it, Adelaide? I don't know, mate. I don't know my Australian geography. I need to get the map up and have a look. Seriously, man, I got Australia covered. Seriously, man. And I've got UK covered, because I know Jerky Jacko, he's from South. Tim, whereabouts in the UK are you from, mate? Tell me you're from Scotland or something. So we got the north covered there as well. Spellsinger's in the bush. Yorkshire, well that's north of me, mate, so that's good enough. I'm in Liverpool myself. So Yorkshire's kind of, well, diagonally north, you know. It's on the south coast, Adelaide. Oh, okay. Cheers, Leo. Yeah. We need a Perthian and someone from... It is Darwin, isn't it? I am thinking of. Hang on, let me get my map up. Oop, that went to the wrong window. Let me minimize that. Let's go have a look at Australia. It is, yeah, Darwin, and we need somebody from Cairns as well. Somebody from around the Cairns area. Or, you know, Lockhart River, if anybody is there. We got Central, Adelaide, Melbourne is also south. Sydney's on the east. We just need Perth and Darwin, and we've got Australia mapped. Anzac's in New Zealand, so that's that covered. No Queenslands. They're a strange lot. Are they? I don't know, mate. I don't know. Banana benders. I've heard that term before, banana bending. Not a million miles from Jabba Point. Jabba Point, sorry. Well, there we go, guys. That's it. So let's start the countdown. Guys, thank you all so much for turning up and playing through the Stealer of Souls. We got absorbed into a wall. That's the way it is. At least we didn't get a double one on the dice. Like, that's a win in my book. But we got the countdown now. We got the 3-minute countdown, guys. So hang around. Don't go anywhere, guys. You stay tuned in. Guys, thank you so much. And we shall see each other again, I guess. I turned the dungeon off. Yeah. Guys, thank you so much for turning up and playing. Like I said, if you want to see me try and fly a helicopter round the Netherlands, then boom, you can. You can certainly try, and you'd see me attempt that one in about an hour, just under an hour. So just enough time to go get some tea, coffee, hot chocolate, a nightcap, whatever you need. And then I want to fire up the sim. And then thingy. Also, anybody who plays Mana Lords, it has been updated to Unreal Engine 5. And I'm going to do a video on that in the future. So, but at the same time, they said that they had some issues with it. So they're making a beta for rolling it back to 4. But I'm gonna update to 5 and see what that's all about. So, guys, thank you so much for catching up with all of you. I love you all, and I so much appreciate you guys all turned up, especially at the weirdest of hours in your own country that you have. You know, it means a lot. I love doing this, and I never want it to end. And the Daggers of Darkness is next in 2 weeks' time on October the 13th, which is halfway to Halloween. We'll have to do a special Halloween one where I dress up or something, get some makeup on. No Black Hawk Down. Honestly, mate, it's definitely going to be Black Hawk Down. It's I'm flying a Bell helicopter. A Bell helicopter round the Netherlands. So, I mean, it'll start around 12:30 to 1:15, I reckon. Maybe start it at 1, actually. I can go get something to eat. Get some energy. Yeah. You need to get back to your tribe. Take care, Spellsinger. Guys, thank you so much. I'm going to say good night.